Today we're dealing with a new problem with a Samsung washing machine. In the previous video, I replaced the drum, the pump, and cleaned everything. A year has passed, and now it has stopped working. At first, it was making a lot of noise, then the drum started spinning worse and worse until it stopped completely. Now we need to figure out what the problem is. The drum has been removed. Now we can start taking it apart. To do this, we unscrew the bolts around the perimeter. If you carefully count them, you will discover there are exactly 14 distinct, robust bolts, precisely like this one, strategically positioned all the way around the entire perimeter of the structure. Let's unscrew it and see what happened to the drum. Carefully and gently open it up, taking your time to meticulously examine its contents and internal mechanisms. Here, upon closer inspection, you can clearly and distinctly see that the entire shaft, a critical component, is completely and unequivocally broken, indicating a significant structural failure. So we need to buy a new one. You can see that a piece has broken off from it. There's a bit of play here. The bearing will have to be replaced after all. But at the same time, we'll have to replace the entire shaft as well. Tomorrow, I will definitely go to the local market to carefully look for the necessary spare parts. But for the immediate present, let's proceed to meticulously remove the old drum pulley, since we will ultimately have to replace every single component anyway. The pulley is in good condition. And it hasn't cracked, which is a big relief. At least this one is intact. Now we can carefully knock out the guide shaft. This is the crucial part that is entirely left in my capable hands. And you can see that the inner bearing is destroyed. Most likely, water got under the oil seal. It was destroyed by corrosion. I recently purchased a high-quality bearing from the reputable Czech company ZKL, known for its precision engineering and durable products. It looks quite impressive. Maybe it will last longer than the previous one. The old one was probably Chinese. We greased the mounting seat with lithol. The bearing easily fit into place. Using a finger, we carefully and precisely make a small spherical bead of sealant, ensuring it is perfectly formed and ready for application. The recess for the oil seal. You don't need to pack in too much, just enough to create a recess. I bought a new universal joint, which now needs to be installed on the drum. Here's what's left of it. The central part of the structure literally shattered into countless fragmented pieces, completely separating itself from the adjacent sides, creating a distinct and visible rupture. If you look very closely and carefully at the significant break, you can clearly see that the extensive cracks have been present there for a considerable and extended period of time, and it was truly a remarkable miracle it functioned at all until it finally broke off completely and entirely. Now all of this goes to scrap metal, and we'll start installing the new universal joint. Let me remind you that when buying a new universal joint, you need to know the size of the first and second bearings, as well as the length of the shaft, so you don't mix up the universal joint or any of the other fasteners for the drum. Let's continue. The old mounting bolts had become severely oxidized, making it impossible for me to unscrew them, so I was compelled to cut them off completely around their entire perimeter. Here's what remains of the original old bolt. These particular bolts are special stainless steel bolts that possess a distinctive conical section located very near their head. I found exactly the same ones, and now we'll install them in place. You need to determine the position in which the universal joint will fit best into its place. I lubricate the mounting bolts so that it will be easier to unscrew them in the future. Let's start tightening them. After tightening the bolts, you need to insert the drum back into the tank in its place. To effectively do this, you should thoroughly lubricate the guide shaft with a suitable amount of grease, precisely where it makes contact with the internal bearings. There, everything is now perfectly in place and securely positioned, so we can confidently proceed to install the main drive pulley, ensuring a smooth and efficient operation. After that, you need to make sure there is no play and that everything is properly seated. To effectively accomplish this, let's carefully give the drum a very good, thorough spin, rotating it slowly and attentively to meticulously check for any potential subtle squeaks or any other unusual concerning noises that might indicate an issue. The drum spins freely. That means we can continue with the assembly. Now, we install the second half of the tank back in place. At this point, make sure that the sealing gasket is intact, airtight, and elastic. If it's not, replace it or apply some silicone to it, as some technicians do, to prevent any misalignment or shifting. The bolts need to be tightened firmly because this affects the overall seal of the tank. Now the drum and the washing tank are assembled. All that's left is to install it into the washing machine. You can see how to do this at the end of the video. I've already done this before. Everything is done simply and efficiently. Well, that's it. The assembly of the machine is complete. Let's check how it will work. Plug it in. Last time it didn't spin at all because the drum was completely jammed and the crucial spider arm was severely broken, preventing any rotation whatsoever. Let's now proceed to carefully turn on the quick wash cycle to observe precisely and thoroughly how it will effectively operate, and we will meticulously test it out completely. You can add a little bit of Calgon here if you plan to give it a good cleaning, or you can just run it without, but it's better with Calgon. It will rinse out everything that's left inside, any excess scale. Just a little bit of the truly amazing Calgon. It's undeniably the most universally applicable and widely used product available today. Let's try it. The motor started up and the drum began to spin. That means the bearing is installed correctly and the spider arm is properly centered. Everything is working. So, the spider arm replacement was successful. Like the video, leave your feedback and comments. Stay with us. Goodbye, everyone.